Celebrities like Rihanna immediately spring to mind when we think of wealthy ladies. Right. The richest women in the world, all of whom are billionaires, prefer to keep a low profile. In fact, until I conducted my study, I didn't even know who the majority of them were. Keep reading to learn more. Abigail Johnson is 10. We occasionally make fun of Abigail Johnson's daddy issues, but she undoubtedly has the opposite problem, for whatever reason. Take this. She took over her father's $1 billion company, Fidelity Investments, in 2014. The company was founded in 1946 by Edward C. Johnson, Abigail's grandpa, and has been passed down through the family. But how does she live her life? She attended some of the best private schools in 1984 and had a beautiful upbringing. She received a Bachelor of Arts in Art History at graduation. Because you know that if you're wealthy, you can study those kinds of things without worrying about how you're going to support yourself later. Several years later, she graduated from Harvard Business School with an MBA. But enough already. View her estate. In this Milton, Massachusetts mansion, I imagine I would most likely get lost. Abigail currently oversees 45,000 employees globally, but she dislikes the spotlight. Since she took over the firm, many individuals have credited her with making shrewd and audacious judgments. Her special skills helped the business win back a lot of lost customers. She was listed as one of the most powerful women in the world by Forbes as a result of her career and strong personality. However, her professional activities are simply one facet of her existence. She truly has a lovely family and a husband named Christopher J. McCown who has a business that provides healthcare information. Additionally, two lovely daughters. You're a good ninth girl, calling Bana Iris. This 80-year-old billionaire is from Chile, a stunning nation in Latin America. She owns media outlets, is a philanthropist, and is a mining mogul. She is obviously the richest person in Chile, but she is also the third richest person in all of Latin America. The first two are Mexican citizens Carlos Slim Helú and German Maria Mota Velasco. You must be wondering how she managed to accumulate so much money. Simply put, she had a very wealthy spouse in 2005, and Veronica appears to have inherited most of Alvaro's firm after the latter passed away from cancer. Antofagasta is a copper mining company and reportedly one of the biggest mining corporations on the earth, according to his sons and wife. This super wealthy family has also wasted no time diversifying their wealth as they've expanded into other industries such as banking, shipping, food and beverages, telecommunications, and agriculture. Iris Telephone Bonner has 3 primary residences, a mansion in her own nation, Liechtenstein, and 2 others, one in Belgravia and the other, I believe, the size of a huge mall. There's more though. She oversees a Croatian resort. Phone. Bonner typically declines interviews, despite the fact that she is not overly keen on being in the spotlight. Miriam Adolson is the 8th person. You guessed it. Glitzy, glamorous slot machines, luck, and chance. Casinos are how our next billionaire woman got rich. Miriam studied medicine in Israel, where she was born, prior to all of the glitz. She got divorced from her husband, a doctor named Ariel Offshore, and then she experienced a major stroke of luck. In 1991, she went on a blind date and met Sheldon Adelson. Due to the fact that he turned out to be the wealthy businessman who owned the Las Vegas Sands, this was arguably the most ideal blind date ever. He also owned a part in the world's largest casino, which was close to 50%. They were married after falling in love. Miriam and Sheldon were among Donald Trump's most ardent backers and biggest financial contributors. They gave significantly to each of his presidential campaigns. Additionally, according to Miriam, Trump's love for Israel merits a book of Trump in the Bible. Sadly, Sheldon passed away at 20 and 21. Miriam also received his substantial inheritance in addition to the casino activities and Trump initiatives. Israel Hayom, a newspaper written in Hebrew for Israeli citizens, is also published by Miriam. The 7th person, Suzanne Clayton, is infantile, and that's German for the words "I am rich." If Suzanne Clayton said Clayton is tidy, she wouldn't be incorrect. The wealthiest lady in Germany is Suzanne Quandt. And now for some information I learned about her early life. She took courses in marketing, finance, and business. She obtained her MBA from IMD Business School as well. Clayton, however, is not a successful entrepreneur by herself. When her father went away, she received the majority of his wealth, which included a 12.5% ownership position in BMW and a 50% stake in the pharmaceutical and chemical company Altoona. She is involved in numerous other business endeavors, like many billionaires, and she currently holds an interest in a number of other successful companies. In 1990, Suzanne and her now ex-husband Jan Clayton began dating. They later had 3 children, and in 2007, Suzanne became embroiled in some sort of incident. She allegedly had a love relationship with Alex Gabi, a con artist from Switzerland. Although he was detained after she made a report, the thug had threatened to release pictures of their relationship that she did not pay him 49 million euros. In the end, he was successful in defrauding her of 7 million euros in 2018. Unknown factors led to Suzanne and her husband's separation, but I suppose the affair played a role. She seemed to favor her younger daughters much more, as evidenced by the fact that she did not attend either of their weddings. The 5th person is Jacqueline Mars. Ever wonder who controls the majority of the sweets that people love? I'm talking about Mars bars, Snickers, Twix, and M&M's Milky Ways. Meet the largest candy manufacturer in the world, Jacqueline Mars. The Mars Candy Company was originally established by her grandfather, Frank C. Mars. She has 3 children and multiple marriages, like the majority of these rich ladies. However, do not anticipate learning much about this family, since they take great care to maintain their secrecy. This corporation also owns well-known pet food brands like Whiskas, Pedigree, and Royal Canin, in addition to candy. Jacqueline also has homes in Virginia and Washington, and her mansion in New Jersey has a $2 million price tag. All rainbows and sunshine, right? It does get a little bit dark. She allegedly crashed a minivan in 2013 after drifting off behind the wheel of her Porsche. This led to multiple injuries and 2 fatalities. Life's ups and downs, I suppose. Mackenzie Scott, position 4. After a divorce, Scott rose to the 3rd richest position in the US and the 4th richest position globally. From Jeff Bezos, the company's founder and executive chairman, she appeared to have had a modest upbringing. Her mother was a stay-at-home mom, and her father was a financial planner. In fact, she was one of Amazon's earliest employees and wed Bezos in 1993. She was quite influential in its early stages before stepping aside when it started to succeed greatly. They had 4 kids total, one of whom was a daughter they adopted from China. She has always enjoyed writing, which motivated her to study English at Princeton University. She was praised as one of her top students by renowned author Toni Morrison. The Testing of Leather Albright, her first book, earned the American Book Award in 2006. Scott works in a number of philanthropic activities for charitable organizations in an effort to use her money for good. Her charity contributions were around $5.8 billion in 2020, and this was one of the biggest donations made to active charity each year by a private individual. Julia Koch, position 3. She doesn't look at all 60, was my initial reaction. Then I am reminded that everything can be fixed with money. Before beginning her modeling career, Koch earned a degree from the University of Central Arkansas. She loved the fashion business, which was undoubtedly influenced by the fact that her parents ran a clothing store. She spent some time working as a fashion designer and even fitted Nancy Reagan. She first met the man who would one day make her a billionaire in 1991. She met David Koch on a blind date, and it's funny to see how unimpressed she was with him. This was definitely not a case of falling in love at first sight. They started dating after she somehow made up her mind to give him another try. Seriously, she left her job in 1993, and in August of 1996, she wed David. Her beloved hubby died. Julia and their 3 kids received a 42% inheritance from the business. Julia currently lives in 3 different places, although she intends to sell her flat at 740 Park Avenue. Second, Alice Walton. Big Cambridge kick, even faked Carter Gill Kingston Ho kick. She was born in Arkansas, where she also spent the majority of her youth. After earning her bachelor's in economics, she began working as a stock analyst and money manager. She established the Llama Company, an investment bank, in 1988. She also had an impact in various capacities. She contributed to the creation of the Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport, for instance. I believe it is safe to say that Walton wasn't just sitting around for an inheritance. He genuinely put in a lot of effort. She had a significant impact on the creation of the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas, thanks to her passion for the arts. Walton has also been in a number of auto collisions. Number 1, in 1989, she killed a 50-year-old woman by accident. The winner, the richest woman on the planet, is none other than François Bettencourt. François Batten, Gore Myers, and our winner all made the list. Myers. Her wealth comes from our world's obsession with cosmetics and beauty items. Her mother, Lilliane Bettencourt, was a French heiress, socialite, and entrepreneur. Her grandfather, Eugene Schuller, created L'Oreal. With a large number of firm shares, in 2017 she passed away, and as a result, François' wealth tripled. She was brought up as an Orthodox Catholic. They raised their two sons as Jews after she was a Jew. The strange twist in this tale is that while her Jewish spouse was in fact the grandson of a rabbi who had been murdered in Auschwitz, his grandpa Francois was tried for collaborating with the Nazi regime. Quite intriguing, huh? Following the fire that destroyed the Notre Dame Cathedral in 2019, Francois, who is incredibly devoted to her religion, has authored multiple comments on the Bible. She contributed $226 million to its restoration. There you have it then. If you like that, you may watch more by clicking the link on the screen. I'll see you there.